and about 57,000 are registered refugees, 28,000 not registered in Indonesia. Therefore, altogether, about 34,000 refugees have come back to Syria. And to help the refugees to come back to their home, the Jordanian government and Syrian government have made substantial effort. For the Syrian government, it has adopted the measures when the Jabir port was opened. We have the amnesty for all the personnel who have evaded the draft or conscription. About 1/3 of the refugees which come back home were the people who avoided the conscription, and these people have now come back to Syria. And a lot of common people, they may have lost their registration or identification. The Syrian embassy in Jordan have issued certificates, and these certificates will help the refugees to come back to their home. And here we can see the opening of the Jabir port has facilitated the communication of the people. And for Ar-Ramtha, this city, the changes have been substantial. And for the Bahra, and this place was the pillar industry for this town, and the transportation has been undertaken in this place. And since the eruption of the war, the port was closed, and this kind of transit profession has lost. After 4 years, this port is open again, and this business of transportation and transit was dynamic again. And for the fresh food and fruit, we can see the price has been dropping. And now we can show you the actual scene for this port. If you follow us, we can show you around about the vegetables and fruits. And what we also want to introduce to you is that recently the Jordanian government has permitted the cars with Syrian plates to come into Jordan. And this is the first time for the Jordanian government to issue such a permission. Because previously, we can see only vehicles with Jordanian plates can enter into Syria, and the vehicles with Syrian plates could not enter into Jordan. And with this kind of newly issued permits, Syrian people can drive into Jordan area. So we have the vehicles with Syrian plates. So this is a small cluster. So here we can see the commodity here. This kind of vegetable, green pepper. And for the pepper, it is very fresh. And this vehicle is with a Syrian plate, a red plate coming from Syria. And this is also a car from Syria. So for all these, we gather that the green pepper were from Jordan to Syria. So since the opening of this port, we can see Syrian fruits and vegetables come from Syria to Jordan, and now it is the first time for us to see that for Jordanian vegetable to come to Syria.
那么在这里是不能买卖的，只能是进入到叙利亚境内之后才可以买卖。
So it is not for sale in Jordan. It cannot be sold here. It can only be sold in Syrian territory. So for these vegetables, it will be put onto the vehicle from Syria, and these vegetables will be transferred to Syria for sale.
好，那么这边呢？刚才我
So
们
here
看
we
到的在
can
马路
see
的这
that
边是一些从约旦即将运往叙利亚的青椒。那么在马路的另外一边呢，我们就要看到
just now we
叙利亚
have seen
运
the
到
green
约旦来的
pepper
这些
bound
水
to
果
go to Syria. But on this side, we can
这
see
里
the
呢
fruit
有
coming from
橘
Syria.
子、橙子、苹果，
And here we have orange, apple,
还有梨。Yes,
and we have the
thank you. 这
different
个
kind
呢
of
是
fruits,
柚子。我们看到这些 all of these fruits from
as well as
Syria?
grapefruit.
All of this. 所有的这些蔬菜和水果都是来自于叙利亚生产的，
All these
都是来
fruit
自于叙利亚的
come
产
from
品。
Syria. So these are the produce
我
from
们看这边
Syria.
的这个西红柿，
And we can also see
这是另外
here
一个品种的橘子
the tomatoes and an orange of another kind. We have
这
also
个小
radish
小的
here.
红萝卜，还有胡萝卜，那边还有
And we
洋
have
葱
also different kind of fruit
有
such
很多的
as
这个蔬菜
carrot,
水果。我们现在看到的
onion,
这些所有的这些蔬菜水果
different
都是来
kind
自于
of
叙利亚的。
fruits and vegetables. All these come from Syria.
OK， 那么就是自从叙利亚这个水果进口之后呢，这个现在约旦的水果和蔬菜
The
的价格
import
是
of
上升的
Syrian fruit
自从他们进来之后
has
这个
helped
我们的
to
平老板说它的价格就
lower
上
the
了一定
price
程度
of
上
fruit
这个
and
涨了一
vegetable in Jordan.
呃
And we want to ask about this situation.
Mr. Gasmo. Mr. Gasmo. Hi. I want to ask about this fruit comes from Syria. So before it comes from Syria, what's the price of this fruit? And after the fruit come inside, what's the price?
اسالك قبل تيجي البضاعه من سوريا كيف كانت الاسعار وهسه بعد ما صارت تيجي البضاعه من سوريا كيف الاسعار؟
قبل ما كان يجي شيء من سوريا كانت الاسعار يعني عاليه جدا. والحمد لله هسه لما فتح خط نصيب الحمد لله الاسعار صارت ممتازه جدا يعني مليحه.
Before the border opened, the price is very high. But after the Nasib Jabir reopened, now the price is low and it's good.
What's exactly price? How much for 1 kilo?
يعني الاسعار
example.
مثلا للكيلو اعطينا مثال لمادة
مثال.
وقت كيف كانت وكيف صارت مثلا.
سبيل المثال عندك بركان ابو صره ملوكي كان 80 قرش بدينار الاردني. لما نزلت البضاعه السوريه مثلا ابو صره السوري هسه احنا قاعدين بنبيعه 35 قرش.
Like for example the orange before reopen the border for 1 kilo 1 GD around 1 GD. Now after the like orange come from Syria for 1 kilo 35 pence.
Pence 那么这位这个水果店的先生告诉我们说呢
So according to this gentleman here, before the border was opened, before the port was opened, we can see for that kind of orange, for 1 kilogram it is 1 GD, about 10 RMB. And now we can see the current price is 0.34 GD. It is about 3.4 RMB. Therefore, we have a substantial drop in the price. And now the quality is also better. And we can see that the fruits are very fresh.
بالنسبة لكم كيف صارت حياتكم بعد ما فتحت الحدود؟
الحمد لله كل شيء تغير. كل شيء يعني نفسية الأوادم اللي مدينة الرملة تغيرت.
Everything and it's changed for better. يعني we feel يعني they feel more better because the border reopened. Everything more easy now. especially for Ramtha people here.
Why especially for Ramtha people here?
ليش يعني اشمعنى بس سكان رمثا يعني احسن لهم عادي.
احنا كمان مدينه الرمثا منطقه حدوديه. احنا فيش عندنا وظائف، يعني كل شباب الرمثا وزلم الرمثا كلها يعني شيء كان على الشحن اخذ دراج، وشيء بحار اخذ سوريا، بحار يعني معه سفريات. كلها يعني اللي ما معه سياره اردنيه يروح بها على سوريا، يجي سياره سوريه بيطلعوا بها. والحمد لله يعني هسه كلها اشتغلت. كان نسبه البطاله عندنا 100%، هسه خفت نسبه البطاله 50%.
It's يعني good for especially for Ramtha people because Ramtha near the border to Syria. So most people here work in the go to inside Syria like Al-Bahara, go inside Syria and buy something product and come here. So this is the main job for Ramtha people here.
那么这位先生告诉我们说呢，就是。
So this gentleman has told us that since the Jabir port was opened, we can see the life has been changed greatly. For Ramtha people, they rely on border trade for their living. Therefore, we can see after the border was closed, they do not have a living source. After the port was opened, the people can have certain transactions and have the money for their living. And this border area, we have interviewed one person here, and they have talked about the change. Previously, this town, as it is only 30 kilometers from Darab governorate, and the people can hear about the explosion and they fear and they feel the security implication, and now the border is opened. Up until now, we can see the life here is much more peaceful, secure.
شو سويتوا انتم؟ شو كيف كان حياتكم؟
والله يعني كلها قاعدة بدورها، ما في شغل، لا في عمل، لا في يعني ما فيش دخل. يعني في اللي كان يعني من بحارة خط سوريا، في ناس اتجهت لخط السعودية. كل يومين 3 يساوي 20 ليرة أردني، شايف علي؟ والحمد لله في ناس اشتغلت طلبات، صارت سيرفيس تكاسي خصوصي. أما الحمد لله هسه كل خصوصي بيشتغل ببحر، العمومي بيشتغلوا ببحر، والحمد لله تيسرت الامور احسن من اول بكثير كثير كثير يعني. وان شاء الله افضل لو يفتح، احنا من ناجي جلالة سيدنا عبد الله بن الحسين ان نفتح لنا معبر الرمثا، مركز حدود الرمثا. بصير حياه افضل واسعار ارخص من هيك ان شاء الله ان شاء الله.
When the border closed, يعني most people stay in the home, no work, no job. And also Bahara, no job. Some Bahara work in the car like a taxi for people. And someone go to the Jordanian Saudi border to work.
Saudi
border, yes. But the situation is not good. And now he hope to Ramtha border reopen also. So the situation will be more better.
Better. 就是这位先生告诉我们说呢，就是在这个边境开通。
So he has mentioned that when the border was closed, the people here, they lived very bad lives. They do not have work. They stayed at home. Some of the tradesmen, the traders, they could not transport the goods. And some of these people, they serve as taxi drivers. And some of the people may go to the border of Iraq and other countries for the trade. And he actually now look forward to the reopening of this border or this port so they can have a better life.
那么现在呢，我们 Yes.
Yeah.
So now,
Excuse me, we are do a live today.
Live?
Thank you. Oh yes. Later, please. Okay. Okay. OK， 那么我们现在看到了这个。
Now we can see that along this road, if we go down this path, about 1 or 2 kilometers away, we can see the border. We can see this kind of shape, the fan-shaped construction. It was once a border checkpoint. And now we can see that during the close of the border, this checkpoint was abandoned. And now the border was reopened. It is now a service station for tourists, so we can see the service facilities. And now we can see the checkpoint was along the path, so we cannot go further. So we can show you the warehouse. Apart from the shops, the building can serve as warehouse. The merchants, they will store the goods in the warehouse, and the salesperson will actually sell these commodities afterwards. So this town is now very crowded. But just a year before, when we were here, this road was so silent. So this is a change brought about by the opening of the port Jabir and the change on Ramtha. So this is the end for our live show. Thank you.